There it went. That was, see, who knows what timeline we're in. It's been like a week since I done a talk, Ma. I haven't felt like it. I got bitter. I got bitter. Somebody stole my plants. And that's it. I'm like, I'm packing up all my goodness and I'm staying home. Because I can't get mad about stuff. Because when I get mad about stuff, that's when stuff breaks and things happen. Hey, Mental Pancakes, what's up? Hope you're doing good. That's Stanley's walking around. Stanley got a new cat tree up there. He loves it, man. It does my heart so good. I just want living creatures to be comfortable in life. All of them. Is that too much to ask? So, anyway, I've been going within a lot this week. I'm shifting, definitely shifting. I'm evolving. I'm transforming. We'll see. I guess good or bad, whether I'm turning into something good or bad is subjective. But, some things that have happened this week. Stanley got a new cat tree. I get my stickers today. Yeah. I made some, I decided I'm going to do some things different. And that is, I'm going to stay home a lot more. And I'm going to see how much that I don't participate on planet Earth. And see if that impacts my life at all. See if stingy helps or hinders my life. So I'm going to do a little scientific experiment. And, I'm closing myself off from like proximity, people. I'm just, it's not gonna be indefinitely. I'm sure. I'm just, just for the season, just for a little while. So I gotta go out at at times that I don't usually go out and stuff like that, and because like as far as I'm concerned, like the heart space of somebody that would take somebody's flower plants that somebody uses to make butter to give freely in the community as just something, to help people like, oh wow, this chick does this. Wow, that's really nice. Maybe I could do nice. They don't do that. Not in Taos, New Mexico. It's take. And if somebody, because it's not just Taos, it's everywhere. That's what I was telling the lady at the flower shop this morning when I went and got a couple pre-rolls. I was like, I said, so, to do something like that. And she was like, man, to take somebody's plants like that, that's bad karma. I said, and to take one from a Heyoka? Oh, hell. I said, when people, men and women, because I have this thing in me that I have so much masculine energy, and I've been misgendered since I was a little girl, and I don't think it has so much to do with people thinking that I was like actually a little boy when I was in the girls' bathroom, like when we were at a restaurant and I'd go be bopping into the bathroom by myself and some woman would walk in and be like, you're in the wrong bathroom, you're a little boy, and blah blah blah. No, it has nothing to, no, it's because people are vacant and they just want to make other living vibrational beings go low like them. So that's what we're going to see so much of, and I don't want to participate in the world, so I'm not gonna. And nothing that I do is bringing anything added to the world, so I'm just going to stop adding for a little while and see how things turn out, So I called today's talk Mutant because it was, what was it, Sunday, Monday or something like that. I watched The Incredible Hulk, and that was a show that I watched when I was a little girl when Bill Bixby was the Incredible Hulk and Lou Ferrigno. And then they were in the original, and then like they did that Ed Norton thing. That's the one that I was watching the other day. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I never thought in my whole life I would ever relate to the Incredible Hulk. But when I the same exact same thing happened to me 15, 17 years ago, 20 years ago, 2003. So we're in 2024. So 2023 is when they gave me the 8 anthrax vaccines. Just because I hit the lottery, because see, when you're in the military and you volunteer to give up your soul, your life, and contradict all of those teachings that if you were given teachings like I was, and the predominant one was thou shalt not kill. But as soon as I was like ready to put my hand up and say thou will kill for pay, then that there went my soul. And so there's karma to be cured from that, and I've been curing the karma from that. When I was in, I'm already been an energetic sensitive my whole life. I'm one of them psychic intuitives, man. And so I know things about people because I tune into their frequency, I tune into their thoughts, I tune into their emotions, I tune into the lines on their face that don't make laugh lines, they make more angry lines, you know what I mean? So I'm hyper vigilant. I'm one of those people, like, you want to know what's wrong? Your mom didn't hold you when you're a baby? That's exactly it. Some of us are extra sensitive, and because the things that happen to us, we don't want them to happen to other people, so we go out there and try to make things better, because that's what the creator is supposed to do. And people have become so imbalanced in their masculine and feminine. Everybody's going around with the chip on their shoulder. Might is right, because everybody's scared, so they're picking a fight and all this stuff, trying to put people in their place. It's just like going up to somebody and peeing in their Cheerios. It's no different. So it's all this stuff, and I know how I am, so I don't want to participate in it. And I'm trying to stay peaceful, because what I recognize is that I can't get angry, like, at all, ever. I can never get angry, because when I get angry, weird shit happens when I get angry. And see, I believe in an all things possible multi-universe. So for every storyline, for every thought, for every movie, for every song, for every idea, go ahead, buddy. Good boy. There is a reality solely based just for that thing. Huh, Benny? Huh, Benny? There's a world where Benny the King, Margie. Benny the King, Benny, Margie. Benny the Boo Boo, and Margie. I said, don't buy her down. Right? And they're trying to create the collective reality, but the way they're doing it is they're imposing ideas, and then, they're giving people ideas about how to do things, and then the people are like, oh, these are my ideas, oh, these are great, right? And then, like, everybody, all that they're really doing is just doing whatever they want. Whoever thought that the falling of civilization would be solely based on people going around just living that best life? That's pretty wild to me. Good boy, Ben. You get a good spot, Ben-o? He said, yeah, Marge, Ben got a good spot. And so back to what I was talking about, the Incredible Hulk, because like energy stuff happens. I'm one of those electronic sliders, and I'm pretty sure because people know who people are. Like, people are aware. Okay, let me shift gears like this, because I don't like this song. I'm getting rid of a lot of music that I used to like, that I find that when I hear it, I'm like, why is this on my playlist? Because it adapted to my old frequency and not my new one. So earlier on in my talks, I talked about how when I was enlisted, that I was given, because you got 2 at a time. And I remember the first time I stood up, and the lady's like, stand up right here. And I stood up in the doorway, and she got me in this one. And I was like, ow. Like, And then she said, okay, one more. And then she's like, we got to put it in. And I'm like, 2? She's like, yeah. But it's only on your shot record is 1. You get 2. But, I mean, there's just all these discrepancies that I've always noticed. And it just, but I just go along to get along. Well, I did. I don't so much anymore. So, I said, why does it burn so bad? Why does it hurt? I mean, I've had so many shots in my life for so many different things, but why does this burn so bad? She said, because it's stored in formaldehyde. And I started looking up formaldehyde and the effects that it has on live people, because it's embalming fluid. You put it in dead people. Ew, I just think about all these places that are flooding all over the United States, and all these coffins and stuff are coming up from the graveyards, and all this embalming fluid and all this chemical, more crap in our water source, but no, don't mind, don't worry, just go on living that best life. I went 24 hours the other day without looking at my disaster app. I looked at it in the morning. I said, okay, I'm not going to look again because I don't have it on my main screen. I said, I know that the earth is, I know that things are freaking, they're speeding up, like in every area. Because people are speeding up, because that's what happens when you percolate and you become more fearful. You get that rapid, that quickening feeling. And that's another reason why I want to stay home, is because I don't want to get caught up in other people's emotions. So I done talks earlier on in my video about how what the effects of those vaccines, the anthrax, did to me. And see, anthrax is a biological, it's biological warfare. It's made in a lab, and it's just, whatever they can do to cause harm. We live on planet Earth. We are solely here to be the custodians to the animals and lesser beings, with lesser intellect, and to keep things clean and to keep things smooth. Instead, these lesser, I don't even think they're people, because I think we live amongst freaking, if you are void of spirit, if people are void of spirit, that's what makes you a person, is your spirit, is your soul. That's what makes you a human being. And I question where the humanity has gone. Because when people fall down, you're supposed to help them up. If people are hungry, you're supposed to feed them. If people are cold, you're supposed to warm them up. If, all of the... And the society, because people have free will, they're using it to cause destruction and mayhem and chaos and fear. And it's gone on for too long. And the human spirit wants to survive and thrive. And it's been stifled. I mean, by what? Non-humans? Because the people are doing this. It's inhumane. And it's everywhere. And people are fighting back as we are seeing it. I mean, I've been talking about it for years. Wait, we're going to start seeing countries changing and evolving, and borders changing, and United States, countries are going to be like, F you, we don't want to be a part of your stupid reindeer, and they're going to go off and succeed and do their own stuff. And Northern California has been talking about it forever, since the 1980s, maybe longer. But you just can't keep, that's why they made weed legal, because if you just keep people stoned and drunk, they're not in high, just give them whatever they want to subdue themselves, they won't ever fucking stand up and do anything for themselves. And that's what society is freely choosing, to be one of those, to fall into the materialistic mire demise of what Satan will have us do, and that is to live that best life. And don't think about anybody else. No. I mean, the whole world, it's like, Oh, they live on the, I mean, it's like, that is the collective they live on the street because they want to, which is fucking horseshit. I have moved 6 times in 7 years to keep my family together. When most people, oh, it's hard to find a place to live with the dog, so just get rid of the dog. That's what most people do. My own brother, who came out of my mom's womb, we were womb mates. We came from the same place. He became a soulless person. He went the way of the program and not the way of his heart and his spirit. And he's going to have to live with himself. And see, people do things every day to go against their spirit, their connection to spirit. And all these people that chose to get that's what happened to me, is as soon as I got I started changing. My mind, my thought processes started changing. I started having to work harder to not get angry about shit. I had to work harder to have peace and serenity, like Bill Bixby, you know. I had to work harder to be chill, you know, because like I could feel how like people would be, I'm autistic too, so like my whole life people have acted like they liked me, and then I find out they're talking shit about me. And I still, you want to come down? Come and get your spot, bud. Whoop, 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 whoop. Come on, handsome man. Want to be there? And I still kept the light in my heart and maintained my optimism and just said, you know, just because their name is, you know, just because they're like this other person with the same name, they're not all like that. Give this person the same benefit of the doubt. And then I try, and if I get screwed over by like 2-3 people with the same name, in my mind, careful, people name that, do things you don't like. Where's you going, bud? Go ahead, Bubba. And then when I started doing my YouTube channel here, and I started sharing the changes about how my thought processing changed, you know, and I had like when I say I had to work harder to maintain my peace and serenity, I mean I had to like really, like I had to meditate every day, and I had to work at it because I have all this energy in me, and if I don't point it and direct it and guide it, it's something that's gonna burn that energy positively, then I'm gonna keep it inside and it stores up negatively, and then I feel bad, and then I make choices like drink alcohol or eat a bunch of processed food, and these are all the things that disconnect me from spirit, from source, creator, the things, the ideas that I get to create. And when I only think about me, all the stuff I do destroys. And then I look at the world and I'm like, it's the same for all these other people. They just don't give a fuck. No, I'm not. No. Dude, I'm adamantly this is an exit only system except ink. That's the only thing. You know, that's the only thing. What are you doing, bud? Is it mine in a mood, man? You're just in a mood? Is that mine in a mood? You wanna go up top? Wanna go to bed? Wanna go get your girl? And then I was like, well shoot, you know, if I went to my natural desires on like how I wanted to freaking handle people in life based on the way they treat me, you know, I mean I would have been in jail a long time ago. Mom taught me my whole life that she's always said things that like, if you do not learn how to control your emotions, there is always an institution is in place that you will be contained, and then they will control your emotions for you. And then that's what my brother became. He became a really, really rich man because he works for the Office of Parole for the state of California. So he makes all this money for having the same ideologies and not having a soul, and for locking people up. $103,000 a year is what the state of California say that inmates need to keep them, to pay for them to live in a cage, to go to the doctor while they're in the cage and to be fed while they're in the cage. It's all bullshit, dude. It's all human money laundering, you know? And these are the truths that I spew. And I have stood in my integrity this whole time because I haven't become like them, you know? And when you don't become like them, then they want to stifle you out and keep you, you know. I mean, my whole life, they've been setting up saying I'm crazy because they started it when I was little, and they're like, oh, your mother's just crazy. And I remember all this stuff that they did to her. I mean, as a lawyer, my brother should recognize the lack of legality and the lack of integrity that my dad's side of the family used to try to keep us in my dad's custody. Like, they put her in the fucking Atascadero State Mental Hospital because a drunk man on a motorcycle was harassing her because she was a very attractive woman. And the car broke down, and we were already moving, had luggage in the car, you know, and we had to go off to get away from this drunk guy, and this drunk guy would not stop harassing her. And finally, she picked up a chalk, 2 pieces of wood on a chain, swung it around when he went by, and swung it at the front, and it broke his light. So the drunk man called the police, came, and they took my mother away. And then that took me, and then we had to go stay with Grandma and Grandpa. When people have power and control and free will, and they do it, use it to do things that cause harm, that's evil. Or they do absolutely nothing to help people, that's evil too. So the world is I mean, Satan's winning because of people, what they're choosing to use with their free will, you know. And then once I figured out like my own body chemistry, and then back in 2019 I started seeing how something was going to happen to the whole world, and then I was like, oh gosh, it's going to be this thing. And if people go back and watch my videos, I mean, I don't have to prove that the shit that I say comes true. My talks speak for themselves. So but people don't want the truth, because I feel like in complacency, people have this security, this idea of security, like if I just do what I told, then nothing bad's gonna happen to me, and that's not how planet Earth works. So there's gonna be a lot of people, because they just, you know, sat on their ass and lived that best life and didn't do jack shit for anybody else ever. Notice all the flooding? Notice all these big houses that are being flooded? Like, I'm supposed to feel bad? Like, you had this freaking, you know, this living in the lap of luxury, nothing bad happened, but you live in Florida and you know hurricanes happen. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a roulette table, it's a crapshoot, and it's like it's gonna happen to everybody, you know. But people think because it doesn't happen, it hasn't happened, it's never gonna happen. And God, complacency and denial is such a dank, damp place. There's so many people there, though. It stinks. When too many people gather, fuck, it stinks. So, and then I saw how, oh, okay, now they're going to do to everybody else what they did to me. Let's see how they handle their emotions when their body starts to respond in a physical way. See, that's what happens to me. Like, I go out in the world, okay, and some butthole pulls out in front of me, all right? I try to stay in a place where it's like, okay, it's okay. Just, you can go out and, you know, it's okay. After you, a-hole. Asshole right? Asshole right. Asshole right. Asshole right. Asshole right. Right? Asshole right. That's all right. Asshole right. Right? You know? Like, and you know, and that happened to me today. And the thing of it is that then something else happens. And then it's like, dude, I ain't out long enough to have to deal with so much bullshit in the world just because people are thinking about themselves and nobody else. And I'm getting caught up in it, right? So, and that's what I'm seeing happen today is that people, their endocrine, that's what it did to me, is it fried my endocrine. Like the fight and flight, it's the same thing. It's like people get to a point where you go, oh, you know, you get scared so many times. Oh, oh, things happen. Oh, you know, I mean, I got, the list goes on of the freaking, I mean, I talk about the stuff that has been, you know, crazy stuff that's happened. And the, you know, and the thing of it is so many people that have had all these like horrific things happen, yet society doesn't want to recognize it, because society will feel bad, because society created society where shit like that is allowed to happen. But I'm waiting for a lot of society to feel real bad, and a whole lot of truths coming out. And I'm so happy to hear so many people naming their abuser. I'm so happy. Because that's why my brother threw us away, is because he used to be our abuser. But if he didn't help, then if we ended up on the street because nobody helped, you know, it's just because Margie, oh that. But he can't even use that argument, because I used to drink alcohol. I fell off the wagon, went back on the wagon after 7 months because I had another moment of clarity, because I understand how people easily, and me included, get demonic, straight up demonic possession from freaking liquor. And look at all the freaking famous people that are pushing their spirits, you know, because they count on people not being able to control themselves, because they make a lot of money from people spending all their money on alcohol and not bills and stuff like that. And they count on these systems. They count on freaking demonic possession. So whatever you, I mean, because I never sat, even when I was a little girl, that why is a weed illegal when alcohol isn't? And then it's just because it's the you know, they're making people mutants. They're disconnecting people from their source creator that tells them to create. No, they're listening to that all that lower vibrational P. Diddy fucking shit. All that put it in your butt, and now you're my bitch, and I have control and power over you, and all that stuff. I went to the flower shop to get a couple pre-rolls today, and the lady there, she's real nice, and it's the same place that I got the flowers that got stolen. That's where I got them from. And the thing of it is when people steal from me, I never think it's a stranger. I always think it's somebody I know. And then when it's verified by my buddy, you know, when I told, he's like, how are you doing? I said, I'm bitter. I got my plant stolen. He's like, it's someone you know. I said, yeah, I figure. Because people have these fucking weird ideas, you know. They're like, oh, she has enough. She can just get more. We'll take her shit. You know, and it's just like, and so it's like, you know what? I'm not going to go, I don't need to know nobody. I don't have to know anybody. I don't have to connect to anybody. That's the thing, is I know how to do alone. I just wanted to connect with other human beings, but evidently on planet Earth, it's just a spaceship for fucking soulless soul sacks. And there's not really a whole lot of human beings left based on free will and what they choose to do with it. And the lady's real nice, but she started, I was getting my picking out my flavors, and she was like, well, we have a big choice to make in November. I said, oh, you gotta understand. I said, you know that song, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? I played Rudolph in they put lipstick on my nose when I was in preschool. I had a very shiny nose. And all the other reindeers used to laugh and call me names. They still do. And then I said, I don't want to play in their reindeer games. And everywhere in life, ever since I was 3-4 years old, every group, every room I walked into, every classroom, and we moved around a lot. I went to a lot of classrooms, every new job, every building, every office, every time I walked into any place, I would recognize, are these people for everybody, or is it just more reindeer games? And And the whole planet Earth is turned into nothing but reindeer games, and I'm not going to play. Not going to stop making my cookies. Did find a flower shop here in town. They sell $70 ounces, so I'm going to keep making my cookies. I'm just going to be more selective, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to stop giving. I'm not going to stifle. I'm just shifting. See, I'm just shifting. And I'm going to do more things covertly. Little at random acts. And the only reason why I'm so outwardly expressive with the things that I do, like when I go to the Dollar General and I buy a bunch of chalk, you know, kids chalk, because it's the end of the season, so everything's on sale. They're trying to get rid of it. So I went and bought like 8 boxes of chalk just so I can keep them in the Suburban. So whenever I see like people gathered, they don't even have to be kids or grown-ups. They don't, just people gathered. I give them the chalk and I'll be like, here, make some art. Add some color to planet Earth. You know, if you're old, remember what it's like. If you're young, never forget. So I keep trying to go along to get along, and I'm just like, man, none of these things are anything I want to be a part of. Because even they're all false for profits. They stand up and they say, we care. We care so much. Give us all this money because we care. When they don't. I saw this post, though, because things I've been talking about for years, I'm starting to see other people talk about them. And there was a post this afternoon, or this morning. Let's see, view post. Because I still get a lot of stuff from Omaha and places I lived before. I just use it all to collect data to see where the collective is headed. And so this is Omaha bridges are falling apart. Now this is a main bridge, and that is a hole in the bridge that people are fucking driving over. Look at that, Ma. Look at that. This is Omaha bridge. Look at that. That's rhubarb, right? That people are driving over that. They're gonna fall through. Right? See the hole? Right there? Well, I have this picture that I put because I saved it. See that big old hole? That's Highway 75. It runs north and south. And this is in La Platte. I said this is 8 years ago in La Platte. They paid themselves to do work they never did. They've been doing it the whole time. They buy themselves bigger trucks. They go to like trade, conventions. You got the people in HR, and stuff like, and you got the buyers and stuff, and they go and, let's get this because it's the latest and greatest. And so they buy the latest and greatest equipment, and then they give them to the workers. They get the ones with the more seniority, get the better trucks and shit like that, because shit rolls downhill. And then these guys are like, we have so much sorority, we finally made it, we got our own. In their mind, this truck is theirs. It's not the company they work for. No, something shifted. It's their truck, right? And then that goes beyond to, and then it's this mentality of, well, I'm so important that I get this, and then they start thinking that they're so important that they need more and more and more, and that is how the ego escapes. Ego easing got out, and when people want more and are giving away less, that's gluttony, and that's an imbalance on the whole planet right now, that too many people are suffering, and while too many people that didn't do any work, really, got all these advantages. So it's gonna get ugly for a while. It's gonna get nasty, it's gonna get, and there's a lot of people that are like, I see on TikTok and stuff that something traumatic happened, and it's just like, this is the most traumatic I'm like, well, you look like you're in your 30s and 40s, so if that's the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you, then you're sparing pretty well. you know. But the earth is changing, and the air and because like the floodwaters are rising, and the landslides, like I said, I didn't look at my app for 24 hours, and then when I did look at it, there was 392 disasters all over planet Earth in a 24-hour period, from earthquakes, landslides, you know, tsunamis. I mean, it's just, but people are just going on getting their season tickets and shit like that. Like, nothing bad is gonna happen. Even with it, just dealt with, you know, being without power for 5 days. People thinks that there's permanence just because things have been this way, and there's a lot of different frequencies on planet Earth now, because you got all those that didn't get disconnected from source, so they're seeing how the people that did get connected from source, how they changed, and they allowed the demons to come in, and they allowed the behaviors. So many people cheating, you know, so many cheaters all over. This one guy thought he told his wife he was going to take his little baby to the park. Baby in a car seat, baby, right? Really takes it to go meet his mistress. Then his wife shows up, or girlfriend, baby mama, whatever. And then just like because there's so many demons that just tell people, just do what you want, just cheat on her, just take her out. God, good orderly direction, says don't do that. There's no one religion on planet Earth that I am entirely in congruence with, and as far as beliefs. I dabble, I mix and match, I take what's good and leave the rest in so many religions. It ain't no religion, ain't no God ever told me to charge $350 for some freaking interpretation I have to give to somebody based on who I think that they are. I mean, that's not what God does. God doesn't want God doesn't want people to waste their life on doing shit that's dangerous. God wants people to value their life. And you got all these adrenaline junkies, all these people that gotta feel fast, go fast. They don't feel like they're alive. And if they're peaceful and serene, God forbid, because that's when you get your connection to source, is when you're quiet. That's when you get the answers, but people don't want answers. They just want to go around and tell everybody what they know. So recently I've had to start a new freaking... Why are all the... What's the matter? Why are you retracting all those messages? Are you being mean? No, I'm just kidding. I don't fucking care, dude. People are mean, man. That's the thing is like my Hulkness is my mouth. Like, I have no tolerance. I'm a complete and utter freaking asshole when like and I can see it, and so I have to keep myself cool, right? So I have to keep conditions, like I literally have to keep myself, because once I start getting heated, then I get bullshit and it adds to the fire. So I know now, all the astrology right now, like right now I'm getting heated. All the astrology right now is saying just like don't engage. Don't engage, because so many people don't have emotional control. Because where are they going to get it? Where are they going to learn it? Because I know a whole lot of people that should have never had fucking children. I mean, kids aren't even taught anymore. They're not even disciplined. They're handed over to curriculums. That is how children are raised in America. And now there's like so many freaking, like, and the good kids that are there just trying to learn, they can't because of the freaking bratty kids. You know? So it's just gonna be nasty for a while. It's just gonna be gross. It's just gonna be gross. It's just how it is, because people have free will. And I see it all over my feed, man, every year. People just, I mean, Mom and I started to watch Wall-E the other day, because that's what we're turning into, because I feel bad. You know? So, and then I walked into the grocery store the other day. I can't even go there anymore. That was like my only social place, right? I can't. Like, I walk in, and they had that they in the produce department, they got all of the stands were completely new. Every single stand in the produce department. So they took every stand out and put all new other plastic stands in. And every time that this happens, like, this is what they did. Like, they made everybody stay home, and then they paid the big corporations to go along with keeping everybody at home. You know, and they're like, hey, we'll go along with it because we don't like dealing with the public, so if we get to deal with them less, then hey, yay team, right? So they just went along. And then they got carried away with like extra stuff. They just took it, you know, because they're extra controlling and people are extra dominant and extra fearful. And then so all these big corporations and organizations got all this payoff money for selling their soul, from selling people out in their own communities and making them dance through hoops and doing all kinds of stupid, lame shit. And then instead of keeping the prices down when people could use it, because, you know, business is all about money. And when it's all about money, it's nothing personal. But they lie when they say that. When it's all about money, it's all to do with they don't care about the person. So yes, it's absolutely personal. It's intimately personal. How little people have when freaking CEOs for companies are making $8,000 an hour. When there's a whole lot of people, because growing up, we were those people. We were those people. Me and Mom and my brother who threw us away were those people that the last 7-8 days of the month, we're eating popcorn, you know, getting food handouts, stuff like that. Because there's people out there with the mentality that, you know, us poor people, we just don't deserve it. And if we just made better choices and decided, you know, but the thing of it is that there's only so many positions to be filled as far as jobs. And usually those positions are already filled. They're already designated. They're already going to somebody to replace the person that is designating based on who they're related to. So why even go to college and try? The deck is completely stacked in society. People don't get jobs based on what their resume looks like and if it's the right. I knew that was bullshit years ago. Because when I worked at Creighton University and I did I'm working, this is like, I work for the IT department, which was at a supposedly freaking, you know, prestigious Jesuit university and all this shit, you know. And like these people that like they look like a kindergartner did these resumes, and I'm like, why should mine be? It's just like, it's always based on who you know, not what you know. They would hire people without absolutely no Apple experience when the Creighton campus was like 52% Apple users. All you have to do is go be someone that's going to go along with their bullshit. And that's why I don't fit into groups anywhere, because I don't go along with people's bullshit. And I think I didn't want to be so rude. Oh, that's okay. You can be rude. It's all right. I'm pretty rude. Hey, Rebecca, what's up? Does not. That's okay. I appreciate that. I mean, as long as you're not, I mean, you can even be rude to me. I don't care. Fucking shit. No. But, Mom's good. Mom, you want to say hi? Want to wave? Here. Go ahead, wave. Do it again. She's so cute, man. She's the cutest little old lady. She's the cutest. Like I said, it's like wake her up in the morning. And it's like it's shifting because it's already been fall for like 3 weeks, almost a month here. It's been fall. And And so, oh, another show that Mom and I started watching. This is kind of related to a neat synchronicity. This show was on in the early 2000s. Wow. I didn't watch it when it was initially on. When was it made? 6 seasons, last episode 2006. Or 2007. When did it start? When was the first? June 16th, 2002. Wow. See, they even release shows. What was it? I was watching some reel the other day, and they're like, the movie had to be released on this date. It's because they cultivate energy that way. Because they know people are just going to do what they feel like doing. My whole life is about doing opposite of what I feel like doing. Why can't people go against themselves? Why do they always gotta lean into it? Why can't they discipline themselves? Like, oh, today you're gonna want to eat all this freaking, really rich, luxurious food because the moon's in Taurus or whatever. And instead of that, maybe eat a couple carrot sticks and go for a walk. Not do what you feel like doing all the time. That's what discipline is. That's why society is toppling over, because people they don't have any discipline. Anyway, the show is called The Dead Zone. Dead Zone? Yeah, it's the show we've been watching. That's what we've been weird kids stuck on. It's and this guy, Johnny Smith, played by, this was a funny synchronicity. Anthony Michael Hall. I always get it, ever since, yeah, I always got it jacked up. But Anthony Michael Hall's in it, and he was like, had the picturesque life, was a teacher, loved his, lady who was a teacher, and then he got in a car wreck and wakes up 7 years later with all these psychic intuitive abilities. And I was just, and now granted, when this show was first on, I was in the Air Force. And I had actually just gotten sober, because I had gotten sober the 10th of June, 2002. So this is less than a week after I got sober. Because if I didn't, I was going to get kicked out of the Air Force. And so I didn't want to do that. So I had to go to college, so I needed to stay in. So there was an episode, we were watching the first season. We're in the first season still. And then, there's shows, because I'm always doing something. Usually there's not a lot of time where I'm just sitting here watching TV kind of thing. Like, so usually Mom watches TV and I have it for background, because I'm usually using the YouTube stuff or something like that, or music. And so I went from watching with her Dead Zone to I put an episode of, because I found a live channel on Roku. Mom likes the show Murder, She Wrote, so I put that on. And I went and did something, and I came back and I looked at the TV, and Anthony Michael Hall was on the TV. And I was like, wait a minute. Because we were watching the show Dead Zone, and then he's the series showrunner on that. And then that was on in 2002. And then so I looked it up if he was in an episode, and he was in fact in an episode of Murder, She Wrote, and that episode happened to be on at the same time. So I like turned on Murder She Wrote, didn't see him, and then I walked out. Yeah. So the synchronicities, it was what you don't know can't, something like that. That was the episode that he was in. It's like season 12, episode 2, or something like that, or vice versa. But what else? Oh, got my little app of the day. I get cool little things, like little. They're kind of they're astrology based, but they're like little. What do you call it? Chinese fortune cookies, right? So the one that came up yesterday was your younger self needed someone like you, and I've talked about that on my videos. Is why I do these videos, is because when I was a little kid, I wish that there was grown-ups around that would have told me and explained this stuff to me that makes, in a way that makes sense, instead of, me having to surmise my own conclusions, because kids that are validated are going to grow up to be adults that don't need validation if you do it in the right way. So anyway, order more stickers. They're going to be here today. Straight People Like Rainbows 2. It's in the color spectrum, because that's ever since I was a little girl, and I found pictures that I drew and stuff that we managed to keep. God made sure that we kept it, of where I'm like 8 years old and I drew it just like that. I always had my own way of doing things. I would go along to be like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. But then once I started seeing that, like, people weren't having me do things for reasons. They had started having me do things for feelings, like because they felt like it, or they wanted to see, just because I was obedient. Like the things that people treat, or I don't even know if they're humans. Like, I gotta think of a new word, because I guess if people are so shrouded in humanity and doing all those things that people do and disconnect themselves from source, I guess that's a great word. But I don't want to be identified with them. If that's what humans are, I don't want to be one. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And when I transverse, when I go off into the next dimension, the next place, I'm going to remember more about this incarnation. It didn't take me long, but that's the thing, is people got to go into the no place space. They got to go into the place, and in order to get answers from the Creator, from, the ultimate, which is all information, data, truth, that's a high authenticity. That is the highest frequency. Love. How many people don't get to know what love feels like? But they give it, so they know what it is. But they don't get it, but they give it. Because something inside people, they just know, they just know. But there's just other people connect, and that's, they connect themselves from all the data and all the information. And, I stopped listening to Cliff High. I'm done with that, dude. Done. I appreciate, the reason why I listen to him is because he has an IT background. I have an IT background. I can track a lot of what he's saying. A lot of it is technical words that he uses that he knows that other people don't know. So he can get away with, like, missing a lot of points. But coming from somebody that has worked so hard to keep their family together, he put his wife in a home. And now he has all this free time all of a sudden. He has so much free time. All freed up that he can work on his bullshit. When none of his bullshit has come true. Very little. Very little. Even a broke clock is wrong or right twice a day. So, we'll give them some things. I just, people that sell out. It's so much for death to you part. Until it's convenient is what people really mean, And that's not the right thing to do. But people don't want to be inconvenienced. They don't want to be inconvenienced. They don't want to do the gross stuff. They just want to do all the fun stuff. And when it becomes unfun, then they stop doing it. And the thing of it is that people that are put in place to to get paid very little to step into the shoes as caregiver, to fill the place of the people that should do it for free, but they just don't want to because it's so inconvenient. So they put them in places where people get paid so little, and then people are resentful because it's hard, shitty work, literally, a lot of days. And they get paid so little, and then the family never comes. Like, why do people, that's America. Like, why are people, like, my whole life, I've watched what people have celebrated in America, and I'm just like, it's so bizarre to me. It doesn't make any sense. Thou shalt not kill, yet whenever we feel like it, we just go off with our fucking B-16s, B-15s, B-1s, B-2s, B whatever, blow shit up in some fucking imaginary, fairy tale land where people are free to do whatever they want is so stupid. And then to come back here and then have parades for it while the people that were doing it going, why are people having fucking parades for this shit? And then the ones that are keeping quiet about it, they're like, oh, we never talk about what happened in the world because you were over there fucking cheating on your wives. Oftentimes with other men. So yeah, you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to talk about how you got paid to fucking go, because the people like that do the ones that are really in the mire, the ones that are really doing the sacrificial rituals for the higher up, the ones that have the blood on their hands. They're the ones that see that they're like, man, we're just one group of people killing another group of people, and we're just trying to protect ourselves from them, but we're in their house shitting on their floor. That does something to people's brains. But can't mention it because look at all the people that benefit. Look at all the blood money, man. Everywhere I look is blood money. Money, like businesses started from freaking money got from, being a part of the industrial military complex. And it's decades. It's a lie. It's inauthentic. It's a lie. So yeah, America, is it crumbling? Yeah. Is it weird to see people still because it's another cycle. It's another part of the pattern that's starting right now. People are back to first day of school, so my feed is full. That's the only time I get to see what my niece looks like. It's like the two pictures that my sister-in-law posts of my niece on Instagram. I don't get to know what's going on because indifference is more painful than rejection. And my brother was born indifferent because that's what happens is when you become terrorized, when traumatic things happen to you, your soul comes out of your body. That's disassociation. And because it's a favor, it's called grace that God gives us. You do the right thing, you be a decent person, your creator don't want you to remember that vibrational frequency. So you are given the grace to be excavated out of your soul sack just for a second while the shittiest part happens. Then you get to come back down, regulate, sea legs, become, your soul back into your sea legs. And not everybody ends up like with all the aspects that leave. You don't end up with all, like when terrible things happened to me when I was a 10-month-old baby, you know what didn't make it back into my soul sack? My desire and my attraction to the male species. That's what it didn't make the cut. Like, if that's what dudes do with that, I don't want to be with none of them. I mean, none of them. If that's what that makes people do that stuff. And then my whole life, like, ever since I was a little girl, I was like, man, people are just really, like, weird. They do, like, really pervy stuff. Because you know how... You got to be careful of the people that are lurking in the bathrooms, because when I was a little girl, I walked in and there's a dude freaking showing me, you know, because he's a man, so he has to show a little kid, because freaking people are just gross, man. People are mostly gross because that's what they choose to do with their free will. And for years I've been going out and I've been trying to find, you know, like attracts like, you know. I'm like that dude on the Dead Zone. Like I stand next to somebody, I know, I feel who they are. Like I can't. I'm becoming that sensitive. Cause I'm that in tuned. I'm the mutant now. When I do whatever I can to, you know, and it's so funny to see like I mean, because I haven't watched that Superman or that Incredible Hulk movie in a long time, so I'm like, dude, I do those breathing things. I do all those things. I go put my feet in the, I mean, I do these things to try to keep me from doing that thing when people don't care about their emotional control and let the demons take over. That's what we're doing. And God just keeps giving me things in my life where I get to practice. Oh, let it go, just let it go, non-attachment. And now I'm seeing all these people, you know, that just want, you know, like that have had these really beautiful lives and watch people like me. Not just me, but people like me suffer and struggle, you know, because we're, you know, and because so many people watch, right? And so all these people watch and don't do anything, and now they're like, oh, but I lost everything. And I'm just like, now you know how it feels. You know how it feels. Now you're going to know how it feels to need to rely on the kindness of strangers, and it's not going to be there. You know why it's not going to be there? Because you were never there for it. There's so many people that have not added to any good to planet Earth. Like, if people really sat there and thought about it, like, what do I do to bring goodness to this earth? And some people think that they're just fucking, their beauty and their, you know, just their fucking presence in life is enough, you know, but they're delusional. When you get paid to do a service, where's the charity? My brother had me read this book when I was younger called The Richest Man in Babylon. Oh my God. Right? And my brain stuck on the 10%, that you're supposed to give the 10% to the population of people that can't take care of themselves. Because there's a lot of people. Like, if it weren't for me, there's nobody on planet Earth that I would trust to take care of my dear sweet mom. And my brother ain't done jack shit to do nothing to help me, motherfucker. And I'm pretty sure he has a pretty good EAP, Employee Assistance Program, as being a California state employee for 30 years, 25. Long ass time. Because he started out as a programmer. Anyway, dude's connected in the club, man. He's all the reasons why people get plugged in and just do what they're told, and I'm all the reasons why I don't. So, what was I saying? My train of thought just derailed. I've been sleeping in. Like when I opened my eyes this morning, it was like after 6. But I got up at 4, and if I get up anywhere at 3, 4, something like that, then I give the dogs their Denamarin then. So, things going on in the world. Mom, my stickers are going to be here today. I ordered 300. I'm super excited. Somebody went on a road trip and they were supposed to take, I gave her like I don't know, 7 or 8 to just put all over on the road trip between here and Oregon and back, and then she was going to send me pictures of where she put them, but no, not fucking one time. And she's been gone a week, so I mean, I don't know. I give up. I give up. I surrender. Oh, I never finished the gal at the flower shop. Well, when she was like, I told, oh, that's right. I went off on a tangent, and I was talking about reindeer games. I said that's what politics are to me. That's all I see with politics and sports and religion. All of it. It's all made up reindeer games. And the thing of it is the people that benefit from it, what they do is they present both sides of it. They are their own offense, defense. They're their own. Wait, what am I trying to think about that? Okay, so it's a circle jerk agreed. Like these people, they're no different than the people in Hollywood that are freaking putting a freaking, a story on a screen for people to watch. The TV screen, the movie screen, it's all the same. It's whatever the powers that be can do to get people to suck in and to distract themselves and to look at that thing, because if they're doing that for 2 hours, 2.5 hours a day, and then they go eat for every instance and every day that people are living for themselves, they are not doing anything to live in service to anybody else. And because of that, the cracks of society are only going to get wider. And once I said that, and she was just like, let's not talk about politics. I'm not going to talk about politics with you. And I said, that's a good idea, because it's all silly to me. Like, we have to vote. Like, it's just, no, sweetie, no. So, she said, I want you to know that sticker I got from you, I picked it up this morning, and I looked at it, and it made me smile, so you made me smile today. And I'm like, that's cool, they still fucking stole my plants. Like, Taos is still a freaking shit town on shit earth because people choose to act like shit, And what's with all these freaking, people can't keep food on the table. Yet, like, there's a population of 15 and 16-year-olds in $30,000-$40,000 trucks that are just, their balls haven't even dropped yet. Yet they got these big trophies of importance and stature when people work their whole, because it's given to them. And that's an imbalance that is also going to come out. Yeah. So, it's happening. Shall we look at some of the stuff that's going on in the world, Ma?
Yeah.
What's going on in the world? Your items. I'll be right back. But that's okay because I can just put them on. They're supposed to be 4 inches.
Oh.
But I can put these on buttons. I can put these, see, I even got this.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice.
It's a button press. Oop.
Button press?
It's a button press.
Button press.
You put the button in here.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out yet because I keep crushing them. So I'll get it all squared away.
One step at a
Damn,
time.
why is... Hi, baby girl. Dang it. That's so funny. That's alright. I'll order more. It's alright because I can put these on the buttons. Because
Yeah.
how many of the button things did I get?
Okay.
They come with these metal tins and then these plastic backs. So I can put the sticker because the shit. Whoop, 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 whoop. Because these are 3 inches, so these I can just put these. I can just put the stickers on these.
Oh, that's nice.
And then put the... I gotta figure it out. See, this is what I keep doing. I keep munching the ends. And on the video, it's like, oh, all you gotta do is blah, 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 me damn. It's all, thank you, ma'am. Like, it's, like, man, I'm just like, I do it, it's all, oh, Mom. You keep saying that, ain't nobody ever gonna give me no money for nothing. Because they're, in their mind, priceless is that I'm not worth anything. Stop saying, no, I'm just kidding, Mom, I'm kidding. I appreciate you, Mom. So I got 300 stickers, and then it comes with, I gotta order more, I'll order more today. And then it comes with, mule sauce. I use sticker mule, it's hot sauce.
Cotton sauce?
It's the internet's favorite hot sauce, just ask them, they'll tell you. So, how many of these are there? There's 50 in each? Is that what it is? That's alright, there's 50 in each. People might like them as 3 inches better. I just dropped it. I just dropped a roll of 50. It is so weird how I lose stuff, man. And it's round, so it's like it fell. I'm sure it just went in the most least obvious place. This first time I got the first pack, I lost 50 of them. Gone. Boom. Done. Gone. And like, I don't know. At the grocery store, it fell out of my pocket or something.
Oh, in the grocery store.
Alright, I think I'm done rambling off. We're gonna go back and watch some more Dead Zone, Mom.
Dead Zone?
Yeah. Dang it, I can't believe I just frickin' lobster roll is 50 stickers.
How many?
You got them in your pocket?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
That is so lame.
A nice day.
I got a vacuum. I just can't on planet Earth.
Okay.
I can't with planet Earth. I'm done. Done with planet Earth. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day.